Hi everybody, in this episode of Programming Algorithms we're going to look at computer networks. So because we looked at technical architectures, which are a software way of dividing out programs onto different machines or different logical machines, I wanted just to be clear that that's slightly different from a computer network, which is the hardware equivalent of it. Indeed, I was talking to a friend of mine a few days ago and we were talking about the internet versus the World Wide Web. And even though the terms are used synonymously, that is, as if they're the same thing, I would see the internet as being the hardware, the phone cables, the network cables, all that, whereas the World Wide Web is the software, the actual browser you're running. And in the same way, technical architectures are a software or conceptual division of programs and putting them in different places, whereas computer networks are the hardware equivalent of that, where you actually have different computers hooked up that have different functions. So and I always say it like this, if you get two computers and get a telephone line and jam it into the back of both computers, you have a computer network. The computers are hooked up through these phone lines, and then they can send packets or messages to each other and make connections with each other. That's the goal of a computer network. In general, we classify a network as being either a local area network, metropolitan area network, a wide area network, or a wireless local area network. And it's generally to do with the geographical location. A wireless LAN is the same as a LAN, except it uses wireless instead of wired. A local area network is probably in a building. A metropolitan area network is in a city, and a wide area network is typically in a country, or at least a county. So a local area network is within, as I said, a single building or a campus or a warehouse or something like that. It's normally run by a single organization. It's a typical thing we think of when we think of PCs hooked together through phone lines, and they can be connected to other networks using either a bridge or a gateway. These are particular little tools. A metropolitan area network is a network that covers a full street, a neighbourhood, or even a city, as long as the rule for a MAN is that it's not over 100 kilometres. So MAN is usually a public utility like Irish Water, or no, Irish Water isn't a public utility, the ESB or something like that, and are typically configured in a ring topology. We won't worry about that for the moment. And then a WAN, or a wide area network, is a network around the country. Phone companies, obviously, Aircom, things like that, have WANs. They can use anything from wires to satellites to microwaves to anything. The internet itself is a WAN, but there are obviously other WANs as well. And we mentioned it, so we'll say it, just to introduce you to this kind of terminology and this kind of numbering stuff. Wide local area networks. So we'll remember a local area network is in a building or a campus. But it uses wireless protocols such as IEEE 802.11a, IEEE 802.11b, IEEE 802.11g, or IEEE 802.11n. Additionally, 802.116, which is the mobile WiMAX standard, is available. So when you do computer networks, you see a lot of these three-letter acronyms and codes and things like that, because it's the way that it's explained. So just to be re-emphasized, technical architectures are the software side of things, whereas computer networks are the hardware side of things. So thanks very much. We'll see you on the next episode.